Hello and welcome to another episode of Radio Reviews. The yellow lights you currently see are from the last episode of Radio Reviews, so let's flip them back to white. So, this is the wr120. This is the predecessor to the wr100s, which are currently discontinued by Midland. But this is the wr120 easy, and I have the original 120 right here. We'll probably be reviewing that in a future episode. The next episode will probably be reviewing the V8 100. The V8 100, I mean V8 300. Bun beef review. So yeah, let's go ahead and get into that episode. Let's go ahead and get into this episode of Radio Reviews, which is coming up in about 10 seconds. Davidson. So the radio overview, I just turned the lights to green because this radio has a pretty good overview. So the wr120, well, this is a predecessor to the 100. There's not much difference, except they have a cloning port, which I don't know what it does. I believe it extracts data from your computer or something. I don't know, but you cannot use this to clone weather radios. If you can. I think this is like the manufacturer thing when they were making these radios. I'm not too sure. Yeah, so the antenna, it's a pretty long antenna because this radio is actually slightly bigger than the WR100. I'm not going to grab it out because I do not feel like grabbing it out. You still got that weather radio button on the weather radio switch on the side, which actually turns on the backlight, which is a blue backlight. It's not customized. Yeah, if you want to get your radios customized, literally go talk to Paradox. And this is the older generation of the 120s. The newer generation has the event codes extreme wind warning, and it says RSS gen on it. This does not say RSS gen on it. I have one that says RSS gen, which is right here. This is the RSS gen 120. Nothing too much of a difference to it. The design is the same. But except it has the extreme wind warning, which we cannot demonstrate because we do not have an iPod to activate this. And we don't even have an activation kit or an RCA cable. We EAS enthusiasts call it a self-activation kit because it literally immediately makes your radios just go off, and you can see alerts that you never see. Or you can just play an EIS scenario through it and hope it activates for all the correct alerts I get issued. Like, I might try it, to be honest with you, bro. So, yeah, enough that out of the way. Yeah, it's still the same as the 100. And the button beeps are off. So, we're going to get into the next feature, which will actually be the button beeps and the siren test. Again, still green lights because it's really good weather radio. So, the button beeps are currently disabled. We'll go on and turn them on right now because I usually don't have them on. So, yeah. So, listen to this. So, here's the invalid button beeps. And here are the valid button beeps. Well, you can't really hear it, but these are the valid button beeps. Siren test. Now, let's do a siren test. Pretty loud weather radio. Tornado warning! Please do not make me do that scene. So the siren is pretty loud. That's the warning siren, at least. I mean, the siren is still the same. It's just slightly different pitches for the watch tone. It sounds like la da la da la da and la 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 la. I don't know. You activate this radio, or you wait for an alert. You hear this go off like all the time for weekly tests. So funny thing, actually, back in 2019 through 2020, I thought lacrosse did not know how to tone a 120 for the weekly test. I was actually pretty fucked up. Like, I did not know, oh, the weekly test was disabled. Like, that's the next feature. We're going to get into the alert blocking, because this radio has alert blocking. So, to go into the alert blocking, you have to go into the menu. I'm going to turn these bomb beeps off because they're kind of annoying, even though they're not that annoying. So, we got the all on, we got all off, all default, which means all alerts that, when you got this radio out the box, like you don't see weekly tests, monthly tests, power, I believe, national audible, national periodic, and administrative message, 911 telephone after emergency. I don't really know, but I guess most of the alerts, like weekly, monthly, national tests, will not be enabled. So if you turn it on to, so we'll go ahead and hit the administrative message. It says it's on. Again, so to disable alerts, like say like an avalanche watch, so you have to go ahead and hit select, hit off, and then it's already disabled. See, select, there you go, and then to turn it back on, you just like, select it. So avalanche warning, go ahead and to disable it, select, up or down, select, and it's disabled. Easy as pie. Easy as 1, 2, 3. Easy as pulling the fire alarm. It's easy as pulling this fire alarm. But this video was not on fire alarms. Holy shit, the warning light was actually on. So that's the alert blocking. Now we're going to get into the reception. The reception of the Midland wr120 is pretty good. Again, it'll vary from place to place. I am not going to fucking keep mentioning this.
Wind chill values as low as 20 below.
So you see it's getting really good reception. So one thing about this, if the NOAA thing is flashing,
Cold with highs.
it means that it's just not really, see, when it's flashing, it just means, the signal is a bit bad, and it could probably interfere with like your decoder. So that's a really nice feature. I believe that's a nice feature they added. So let's go ahead and I'm gonna raise the radio. Just gonna make sure I don't have the part that was gonna break off soon. So hopefully it doesn't break off. Okay, so the reception. Again,
to 15 miles an hour wind chill values as
it's pretty good. If we can keep the lights on this whole test, whole review. So now we're gonna go into my hallway. Again, in the last episode I mentioned my mom had COVID. So in the hallway.
Forecast for Rochester and
we're not going outside because it's cold.
Between -3 and 2 degrees.
KJ is getting really nice.
Snow is falling. It was partly cloudy at Mankato and St. Cloud.
Can't really get KH to 65. KJ comes clear in the bathroom. Actually, you know what? Let's see if we can get KGG 95 because I have not mentioned that station in a long time. It's getting in. It's getting it.
Elsewhere across the region, snow is falling with a temperature.
W, bro.
Chance of snow. Cloudy.
Actually, well, let's see if we can get KXI 68.
Highs in the lower 30s.
Oops, sorry.
Now here is the hazardous in western Wisconsin. The current time is 9:31.
Nope.
Wisconsin.
KJ 80 comes in a bit too clear. So why don't we get on to the final thoughts? The final thoughts on the Midland wr120. This radio is probably one of the most awesomest weather radios in my collection, if you ask me. And this was actually my first weather radio. Well, I have multiple 120s. I have like 7 of them. So like, actually one of them I accidentally spilt Coke on it. Yeah, I spilled Coke on one of my weather radios by accident. Yeah, I spilled like Coke on one of the 120s, like when it was open. Like, it's like, I tend to take a lot. I like, because I was replacing the antenna on it, and I actually forgot I was actually replacing it. So I was like drinking some soda, right? And then like the thing spilled on it. So I do not really know. It was, and I have a Canada model too. So the Canada model is nothing different, just Canada 310. It's Canada 310. The Canada model. So yeah, yeah, the 120 is really good, really recommended, especially for your first weather radio. Like, this is not a bad option. I've started out my collection with my 120, and I'm still collecting for a while. Probably like 4 or 5, maybe until I lose interest. However, it will not be anytime soon, because by watching radio reviews, and not watching too many fire alarm videos, because that's going to make me lose interest, and I don't want to lose interest anytime soon. So I can continue this series for you guys, just so we can bring the vibe back to radio reviews. Anyways, guys, that concludes this episode. Please subscribe to the channel for more, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out until then.